Are you a business that struggles with social media, what to post on TikTok, how to edit it? Does Facebook even matter today with business? Today's episode on the All Good Things with BBB features Josie Wells, owner of Social Society, and she knows her stuff. She loves to help local businesses create content, manage social media strategies, and more. So come on in, hear from Josie, and learn a couple of things how you can be more confident in your business social media. All Good Things with BBB helps you be a better business. First of all, let's talk about you, Josie. How did you get into this world and creating Social Society?
I've always been infatuated with social media in general, but in college I worked for TikTok, and so I would get like college students to download the app and just create content. And they thought it was so weird and cringy, and they just didn't like it. So then I became interested in how marketing works, and how a lot of people, when you first start marketing, they think like, this is weird, I don't like this. But then they end up long down the line liking it and enjoying it. So there was like this pattern that I just started to recognize. And then I just always was doing my own social media and content, and just from there. And then I studied marketing, so it's just always been something that's been interesting to me. And in business, I just feel like this is like the creative space that you get to be in, and so that's why I dove more in business towards marketing. So
I love it. And you've been in business for a couple of years now.
Yeah, so just about two. This like a little over 2 years. Yeah.
What was it like starting your business?
It was a lot. I think it's like a process and a journey, and I think like each process and phase of the business is you learn something new, and I think that's like a part of the story, and I think that's the most fun part about business is the journey, not the destination.
And the creativity along the way.
Yeah.
Very good. What experiences shaped your passion for marketing that helps businesses grow?
So when I first started doing social media, I was actually in college. I felt like big corporations weren't understanding like social media, and it was like bothering me. And so like I was like, why are these big corporations not on social media? And so like after college, it was like, I'm not doing a sales job and I'm not doing a staffing job, and those are like the two jobs after college that like you could get. And I was like, I'm not doing that. So I just did my own social media, and then I bartended, and then I ended up becoming the general manager of the two restaurants that they owned. And so I just started doing their social media, and then I was doing payroll, hiring, firing, scheduling. So I just was doing everything. And then they gave me so much freedom to do like whatever I wanted on social media. So I got to experiment with things and do things the way that I wanted. And nobody told me like, no, you can't do that. It was just like this freedom where I got to like experiment things. And I really enjoyed that. And I always would take photos for other people too. And I was just gravitated towards that creative aspect. And I remember I would start creating these like skits in the town, and everybody in the town would start looking forward to these skits that we would put together. And then I would just watch like the restaurant like fill up, and then I'd just be like, okay, my job's done. And I just felt like a satisfaction of knowing like how powerful social media was, but people not understanding it. So I don't know if that answers.
I think absolutely. It's definitely one of those things we all know it exists, but how to apply it to businesses is the mysterious part.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you define success for yourself now?
This is a good question. I wanted to work with like the best clients. I didn't want to work with everybody, because like it's social media and doing business like this. It's not like I'm selling solar or cars or roofing. I'm selling like I'm having a relationship with my client that you have to talk to these people often, and getting to know them and their business and their values, and being able to be creative and do that in a powerful way is important to me. And so just knowing like I get to work with like good people, like that's important to me, and getting to help business owners that like I align with and connect with and believe in their mission too. I think that's really important to me. And always creative. I'm always going to be out of the box, bold. And if you don't like that, then I'm not the social media girl for you. Or so just knowing my values and where I stand has helped me define success for me in my own business.
I think that's the perfect segue into accreditation. Your company's been accredited with the Better Business Bureau. What does that mean to you, Josie?
I think that just is a real like honor, and like to be able to say like, I have that, like it makes you more credible, more reliable, and it's just something to be proud of. And I'm really glad that I got accredited.
What trends in digital marketing and social media do you think small businesses need to pay attention to right now?
There's so much I could say. One thing that really, I would say, like bothers me, I would say, is like how many small businesses or just business owners don't understand like how even small creators like creating new content or doing stuff. Like if somebody ever creates you content that's like a creator, like a content creator or something, make sure you are commenting and thanking those like creators, because you don't realize like if you were in a big city or anywhere, there's like people will go into restaurants and they'll have like a creator list and be like, can I create content like for you? Like that's like a very valuable thing that I think that businesses around here don't understand.
Can you give an example of it? Maybe they don't know what it is.
Yeah, so like in the future, I believe that content creators are going to like dictate what is and isn't popular, or what is like trending. So like if you're not appreciative of like these content creators giving you like a free, it's pretty much like a free review. Like they're reviewing your restaurant, or they're reviewing your little boutique. If you're not like thanking them and going out of their way, they're not going to do it anymore. And if they have like a following, or even if they start out small and get a following, they have like credibility over like, they just said like, this is a great business and I didn't even thank them or like appreciate that time that they took to make that video. That's like huge. Like that's like somebody leaving you a beyond amazing review and you just being like, I don't care. And so I think like, and I know some people maybe like small business, they don't even know how social media works, but like that's like you're building a community on social media, and that's really important. So I would say thinking, and if you see somebody like or like doing that for you, like comment, like, share, that's huge. And always posting on social media. I'm a big advocate for social media posting.
Doing it regularly.
Yes.
Why do you think it's so valuable to have a content creator saying something about a business? Why does that work today?
Everybody's online. If you're in a restaurant, if you're anywhere, what do you see people doing? They're on their phone. So if they're scrolling, I'm getting ready to do an ad, but like people aren't so much necessarily just walking by and gonna stroll right into your business. No, they're gonna figure out about your business because they were scrolling online. And for somebody to have that review or that like experience, yeah, it just increases the likelihood of your business getting more business.
So if you're a small business, is there a way to get content creators to come to you?
It's hard because now it's like, are you going to pay for them to have a content creator to do that? Or are you going to give them something for free? Finding like this, so there's a thing called, there's like big influencers and then there's micro influencers, so like smaller influencers. And I think around here it's not as popular yet, I would say. But like if just reach out, come message them, like maybe you have a proposal or an idea. Like if you come in and do a review of my restaurant, I'll give you a free meal or something like in exchange. That's a great way to start. If you see somebody that's doing like content, just reach out to them and say, I love what you're doing. I'd love to sit down and chat, or is there something that you offer? Reaching out like that on social media. I always say like DMs or like sending DMs are very popular now. That's like a kind of call to action instead of like call me. It's like a shoot a DM.
Important is it to be authentic today on social media?
Like, even if like you were like, you cuss or you do something like out of the box, like just do it, because like you can always do a new trend or hop on to what's trending or the sounds and the audios, but like something about you that's going to stand out is how you show up. Maybe you just have like a funny, unique voice, or you have your energy that just like shines through. Like people are going to pick up on that whether you notice it or not, and that's like how people connect. It's like when you meet somebody in person, like you typically connect with them because they bring something authentic to the table. It's the same thing with social media, is you're more likely to connect with somebody that's authentic and themselves. And I think you'll find a lot more success when you're just showing up authentically rather than trying to like be so professional, I would say, because I think some businesses, they want to be so professional online too, where it's like a balance of professionalism but being silly, because social media can be silly. So I think like finding a balance that like fits your business, or if you're a person, finding that balance is huge.
Yeah, I think it goes a long way to building trust.
Yeah.
If there's not a facade there,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, that's really what they're like. I can
Connect.
connect.
It's kind of like in the old days, not the old days, but like when people would always be like, we're wearing suits to work. And it's like, now it's like when people were wearing suits, it's like people don't want to connect with you because it's like you're trying so hard to be so polished and professional that it's like unrelatable. Mm-hmm. Where like if you can like relax a little bit and just show who you are, you'll find a lot more success that way.
What are your top 3 tips for businesses looking to improve their online presence?
Focus more on community rather than just like, I want a bunch of followers, because you can have like 100, 1,000 followers, but if they're not engaging with your content, then what's the point? And you could also have 1,000 followers, but if you had 500 of those people that were loyal to your community, that's a win, because like you getting 500 customers that were interested, or even 20 customers that were interested, depending on how much like your product or service was, that's huge. And sometimes you don't even realize people that are watching you. Like just pull out your phone and post. Like if I was just right here like, hey guys, I'm at the Better Business Bureau, and post a story. Just post, even if you're like uncomfortable, you'll get more comfortable. Like, comment, share. Sharing's huge. So like if people are sharing your content, it's going to be pushed out more in the algorithm. So sharing, liking, and commenting are huge. So just engagement with social media too.
How do you measure engagement? Like what metric? There's so many things. Like when you look at analytics, what stands out to you when you're measuring things?
It depends like what the post is, I would say. What a successful post would be is likes, comments, but shares are huge. If people are sharing it, that means people are liking it, or something about it's like maybe funny or entertaining or valuable, so they're sharing it. And if people are sharing it, that means people are engaged or they're intrigued with you, because maybe they're sending it in somebody's DMs like, this is just cool, or I want to do this, or this is just so funny. So shares are really big, I would say. And I think sometimes people always just focus on likes and comments, but don't forget about shares.
Josie, what is your recommendation for how to respond to the haters in the comments?
It's like sometimes you can go on a certain type of the algorithm. So like maybe you're very, you get to the right set of it's the algorithm. So that's just like your fans or your people that engage with your stuff. But maybe you hit the wrong side of the algorithm, and those are just, maybe the video is controversial and now it's like all these people are just commenting. You can either really dive into that and like respond to some of them and just kind of just feed into it, and that would actually boost your views. Or you can not even just engage with them. If just kind of, it depends like what the video was, I would say. Or you can comment back with facts or anything like that. But even responding to like good comments and bad comments, like that's just like the more you're responding, you're like telling the algorithm like,
I'm real.
I'm engaging, and then they're going to come back. More people are going to come back to that video or that content. So what do you think will be the perception of trustworthiness in social media in the future as we see more AI content created? Well, one, you need an AI too, like the more like fake AI figures there are, you just have to be more aware, like the information that you're taking in. Like don't be blinded to the information you're being fed. Like, have some knowledge and common sense of like, is this really real or not? And now the blue check marks all on social media, like that is always means this person's real or credible. Like, you're going to get the blue check mark because like I think more people are going to start getting like blue check marks on social media because it's just going to be like, oh, I know these people are real. So like really famous creators, they have blue check marks, and that like validates they're real and they're authentic. So that's one way. And then two, just don't be so blind to the content that you're consuming. Like, if something seems off, like check it, know the profiles that you're following, and just don't be so blind to the content that's being consumed.
Well, I hope you learned a couple of things about social media for your business. Don't be afraid. Just pull out your phone and get started. And if you need more help, Josie here with Social Society, a BBB accredited business, is ready to help you. Thanks for watching.
All Good Things with BBB helps you be a better business.